Hmm. I think we are live now. Yeah, we are live now. Hello, 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 everyone. I don't know if everything is visible or not. I think so. Things are visible. Great. And I need to see the chat if possible. So just go to my account and open this on uh my phone for the time being. Okay. I don't know if audio is great. Good. Audio seems to be fine. Ah, nice. Uh, I'll be doing Advent of Code 2025, and the goal is to do it in rs-stl and Rust, right? Let's see if I know enough Rust in an year. So the good news is that they have discovered project management. This has given them the tools they need to prevent their usual Christmas emergency. Hmm. For example, they now know the North Pole decorations need to be finished soon so that other critical tasks can start on time. The bad news is that they have realized they have a different emergency. Okay, fine. Hmm. Uh, I do not know, but I want to read the this thing, right? That to save, finish decorating the North Pole. Okay, fine. 1 star. Good luck. You are to the save has a dial with only an arrow on it. Okay. Around the dial are the number 0 to 99 in order. Fine. As you turn the dial, it makes a small click noise as it reaches each number. Okay. The attached document, your puzzle input contains a sequence of rotations, one per line, which tell how to open the safe. Okay, nice. A rotation starts with L or R, which indicate uh, the rotation should be to the left or to the right. Uh, okay, and then the rotation has distance, which indicates how many clicks it should be rotated. Fine. So if the dial is pointing at 11, a rotation R8 would make it a 19. Nice. After that, an L19 would make it a 0 because dial is a circle. Turning left from 0, you'd go to 99. Okay, we have this thing called mod 99, right? So we are doing a modulus thing here. So if the dial were pointing at 5, the rotation of L10 would cause it to point at 95. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. -5 is 0, and yeah, that's actually great. Okay. You could always follow the instruction, but your recent required official not for secret entrance security training seminar taught you that safe is actually a decoy. The actual password is number of times the dial is left pointing at 0 after any rotation in sequence. Nice. So for example, this thing, okay, uh, the dial starts by pointing 50, and how do we know the dial starts by pointing 50? It would cause the dial to move as follows. The dial starts by pointing 50. I do not know how do we know that. Uh, okay, the dial points at 0 3 times. The password is 3. Analyze the rotation. What's the actual password to open the door? Okay, nice. One thing I did not understand is how, on what basis they are saying dial starts by pointing at 50. Is it uh, something written there? Mm, The dial starts by pointing at 50. Nice. No. uh, or maybe this is instruction. Okay. Yeah, this is the instruction. That's nice. That's nice. So we can do that. I guess we can get these things right, and then I can just do a scan and get an array and then do a countif, right? That's all. That's all we need. So let's start. Oh, I do not have a project for the same. Let me create a project. And I also want to walk. So let me walk, right? So here we are. Um, how to create a repository? I do not have much idea of that. Wow. Seems like my Brave browser cannot open the repository tab. Why? Uh, I think my internet is fine. It's not bad. Something is not good, but what's that? Okay. By any chance, I can create repositories from anywhere else? Yeah, now we got it working. Let's create a new repository, AOC 2025, right? And uh, AOC 2025 solutions with rs-stl, with Rust and rs-stl, right? And that's it. That's all we need. So that's nice. Let me clone that. Git clone. Hmm. Okay. Nice. And I know. Okay. I do not know how to create. Uh, create. I think I should just ask ChatGPT for this one, right? Uh, create Rust create for advent of code 2025, right? So that I can execute each day application separately, right? That should be the thing. Hmm. Thinking. It's thinking. Let's see. I thought it would give me a command, but wow. Hmm. I need to upgrade my setup for streaming for sure. My setup is like really bad for streaming. Like you can see my this is just not working at all. Cargo run. How to do that? uh, wow, I do not know. I simply wanted a command that creates binary for the same. I simply wanted a cargo command for the same. I don't know how people do that. Like, do cargo new, USA 2025, nice. Okay. Mm, I guess there is cargo in it, right? AOC 2025, right? And we got something. Okay, I did not want it to be like this. Okay, copy dot slash star to dot dot minus rm minus rf AOC 2025. Hmm, I do not know how to do that. Oh, what I can do is I can actually okay, yeah, that's a good way, right? I can just create a new application like day one, right? And yeah, and we got to the day one, right? And that's it. Wow. I guess that was a nice way of doing that, right? Um, and I basically want to add rs-stl, but let's see if we can do without rs-stl this one, right? Hmm. So I need a better git ignore for this, right? I don't know. Day one ls minus a. Yeah, they do not add a git ignore. Um, so day star slash target. I guess that would be good. That's it. That's all we need. Nice. And we'd make it an initial repo setup, right? Okay, now let's go. So there are things I need to know, and I do not know how to get this input, right? So I need input dot test, right? And that would just have uh, this input right here, and let's see. Read file with as string rust macro. I know there exists a rust macro like this. Um, yeah, something like this. Include str, right? Let str, and what I can do is, right? We can just go for input, and I think I should make it const or no? Input dot test, right? src slash could not read something like src slash input dot test. That makes sense. So we have to put it in src then, right? Yeah, now it's there, and now we can see. Just let's just print input once, right? And you must format. Wow, it's really hard, right? Something like this, and I can do cargo run, and I get my answer. Okay, so how do we do this? Part one. Mm, okay, so fn part one, and we right. Um, nice. Okay. So we got to the part one. Now we do have input. I need the input to be separated by new line. I need rs-stl now. I need rs-stl. So this is the thing, right? We need rs-stl here. Uh, and maybe not the way we think we need, but maybe. Who cares, right? Hmm. Add dependency rest. How do we add dependency? Dependencies. Uh, dependencies. I don't know. Okay, I think stl is equal to rishavardi slash rs-stl.get, right? And we do a cargo build so that, oh, I do have rayon right here, right? Okay, so use stl star, right? So now we can use stl. So what I can do is split. Okay, splitting where? I did not know we have splitting where. Okay, mod x is basically slash n, right? Cannot compare this thing. Yeah, now can we? And hmm, and now we can do a for each print ln. I guess this is how it should be, right? Okay. Uh, hmm. Oh, wow. So we split it like this. Okay. Now we have a slice right here. Let so how to do that? We have a slice. So this is a slice, right? what I need is mm, let's first add this. Right, unexpected token. Wow, unexpected token. Why? Because this. Okay, yeah. Hmm. Splitting where? So we split it there, and what we get is we need to map this thing. So this the answer is this is a slice of this thing, right? Uh, wow. So it's hard to work with slices, right? But let's see. So I have a slice. Hmm. And with the slice, I need to check three things. Okay. Parse so parse instruction. So I got instruction, and we just need to parse instruction, right? Uh, hmm. And how do we parse instruction? Mm, so I is basically uh, slice to str, right? And this whole thing just returns an I32, or I think I32, right? So how do we do that, right? Uh, so hmm, let's go back. Uh, right? Uh, hmm. So I guess what I can do is I dot pop first, right? And I get the direction, right? And I guess this is dot unwrap. It just give me a char, right? Value ref of char. Lazy pop first, right? And now I get a char. Hmm. Wow. Why we needed that? Because slice. I don't know where does this lazy come from. But now I do have the slice, and we just need to parse the number, right? So let n is 0, okay, while I dot uh, imp is empty, while I is not empty, let n is I dot lazy pop first dot unwrap, and we need to see why this lazy thing is coming, right? uh, and we need to convert this convert char to number, rest, right? Hmm. So we have something like 2 digit. Okay. Dot 2 digit dot unwrap. Okay. Uh, expected. I guess 10, and n plus is n is equal to n into 10 plus x, and we return n. So now we have uh, iterator of uh, instructions, right? Yeah, mismatch type. Oh, this is yeah, we can actually make it U32, but I really want it to be I32. But okay, uh, as I32. Wow, something like this would cannot assign. I guess let mute is the thing we need to do. Okay, and cannot mutate immutable variable I. So I think we need to make it. Oh wow, something like this, and direction uh, represent let d uh, l- let uh, I guess we can just check if it's L. So -1. Okay. The problem here is okay. Hmm. N into D, and with this we end our pass instruction, right? So now our instruction is passed, and oh, we did now we have mappings, right? And now we need a scan, right? Scan. It's hard. It's hard. Scan rest iterator, right? So we have a scan, and I know the scan thing here is so bad. So how do we do a scan in Rust? I hope they do some scan thing, but how do do that? Scan. No. How did you do that? Okay, so we have scan, and then we have an initial state and a function that takes item and returns B. Wow. How does that work? uh, okay, let me ask ChatGPT for the same. Hmm. Scan in Rust. scan uh, scan iterators in Rust to save them in a vector, right? So how do we do that? Iterator scan. So why do we need some here? But okay, that makes sense. So dot scan, and they start with something. So we'll start with 50, and uh, we have n, we have x, right? And star n plus equal to x, some n, and return some n, right? And then we do dot collect, okay? Or we can just do dot filter x equal to 0 and dot count. Hmm, font usage. uh, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, I think it did work. 50i32 and font usage. I don't know where. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Like, hmm, let uh result is this thing, right? And we cannot compare sum star n. We cannot compare this thing. We can do, right? And then we can just print the result. I need to say the Rust syntax is horrible, right? Hmm. So, this is my solution for the time being. Let's see if it works, and it gives me a 2. I believe that is not the case. The answer is 3. So surely it's not the case. But what I can always do is I can do a collect, right? Uh, type must be known, and I can do a whack of I32, right? And we cannot print. What I can do? I can do a debug. How can I print a vector? I cannot print a vector. How to print a vector? Rust. Okay. It says something like this. I don't know what does that mean. It works, right? And it's a 0 0. Wow. Let's remove the filter, right? So let's see if we are at 50, and uh, this is totally wrong, right? We are not doing it right. Okay. So what I can do is simply comment scan, and that is right. That is minus 68. So 50 L68. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think we do that. So we need to do a modulus, right? How do we do a modulus? Mod 99, mod 100, something like this. This should be 32. Oh, no, it doesn't work. Uh, so L68 points to 82. So 50, let me do a node thing. Node 50 minus 62 is minus 12, minus 12 plus 100 plus 50. Okay. How do we do addition in modulus, right? That is the hard part. I think that is the hard part. Hmm. So 50 minus 62 is minus 12. That's so true. But I used to guess that. Okay. So 50 plus 82. So let's try to get the calculation right. Right. So one thing we are clear, if star n is greater than 0 or greater equal to 0, what we can do is star n plus equal to x star n equal to star n modulo 100, right? Hmm. Manual implementation. Okay, mod equal to 100. That makes sense. Hmm. Can I get rid of all of it? I don't know. So I would use n only. That's fine. Hmm. So um, what happens when 50 minus 68? Okay, so 50 plus 100 minus 68. It's 82. Else star n is equal to n plus 100 plus x star n modulo equal to 100. and manual implementation, right? I don't know if I believe both implementations are exactly the same. Like this is simply the same thing, right? I really believe that. So let's see. Uh, Cargo run, and we get 0 3 times, and now we do a count instead, and yeah, right. I do not know about what's the problem. Unexpected token. Hmm. Well, uh, dot filter mod x star x is 0, right? And we get a 3, right? So now we do an input here, and let me get my input, right? We got the input. mm, and we say this thing cargo run, and we get our answer 984. Submit. That's the right answer. You got one gold star. Yeah, we did that. See, you're sure that's the right password, but door won't open. You knock, but nobody answers. You build a snowman while you think. Hmm. While you are rolling the snowballs for your snowman, you can find another security document that must have been fallen into the snow. Okay. Due to newer security protocols, please use password method this until further noted. Hmm. Nice. Okay, you remember the training seminar method? You are actually supposed to count the number of times any click causes dial to point zero, regardless of whether it happens during a rotation or at end of one. What does that mean? Okay, so this basically mean that how many times supposed to count number of times any click causes dial to point zero. Okay, once the rotation it point at zero once. Okay, I think at zero. Hmm. So a very similar thing, right? So let's go to the part two. Uh, right? And I just copy paste this thing, right? And let's do a part two input. Oh, I hate Rust for sure. I hate Rust. Okay, so So there are two states now, I guess. There is how do we solve this? So we got instructions. Let instructions is uh right. So this is instructions, right? Uh, Now once we have our instructions in hand, uh, what do? We start with 50 and then we rotate it to 68, 182, but during that it becomes 1. So I surely need, hmm. So if I do like this, right? I do a I32, right? And let's return the result like this one, or maybe a U32. Okay, then I can just first get part 1 result. Okay, um, like this. Okay, 0 appearance count, and then what I can do is hmm, oh wow, U32, right? And for the time being, let's return 0. Okay, 0 appearance count. That is also a thing we can do. But where should we snake case? Yeah. So let's call it Z, simply Z. Okay. Um. So now in this one, our goal is we have instructions. Hmm. So our goal is we have instructions. Once we have instructions, we can do. We still need where were we, right? We still need where were we. Mm, that's a thing. Okay, it's usage, and same goes here, right? So let binding, return the result, let binding of the block. Yeah, fine. I mean, okay, it's hard to work with Rust. Fine. Hmm. Now let's again think about part two. So if I go this way, I open GIMP. Okay. Mm, discard. I need a new thing. So how I feel about it is I have wow, it's hard to draw with this one A, B, C, D instruction. I certainly need to know what is the value right here, right? But so I need to know the value, but what I also need to know is to reach here, right? Hmm. How much work we need to do. So I start with like 50 and we had 0, right? And from going from here, how much work we needed, right? Um, and that's the way, I guess. So 50 to, let's say, 100, and but how much, how many times we get a 0 in this thing, right? So that's the thing. I guess I need to do this one, right? Hmm. So fn, um, number of times we reach 0, right? Number of times we reach 0. That's hard. How do we do that? What is the name of? I guess the name is simply AI32 and BI32, and we do A mute A plus is equal to 100 plus B add mod add mod 100 I32, and we do what is the type of X? It's I32, and what's the type of this? It's this, right? So we do add mod and X, and we do a sum of it, right? And that still I believe is good enough for our purposes, right? Right? This should be good enough for our purposes. So Hmm. That makes sense. Let's see if that was the case. 31. I don't believe our answer was 31. So yeah, it's wrong. Parse instruction, some add mod. Oh, is it different than what I thought? uh, is it different somehow? I do not see this. Let me call it n. Let me call it x. N plus equal to x, and modulo equal to this, and we do n. I guess this is I32 and I32, and this is I32. So if I do and so it should be sum of add mod. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. What's happening? How are we so wrong here? That just seems to be correct, but it doesn't. Well, need to understand why. I need to understand that. So, what is scan? One per element, cumulative sum, right? Why? Mutatively update state. Okay, I do not understand the need of some output item thing if we mutably update state, right? What is the purpose of that? Hmm. All the time, because it has two outputs, internal state you must mutate. Uh, what? You return this as so that scan iterator can yield a value to the user. Okay. Okay. That seems odd. That totally seems odd. So here updates accumulate, but this is what, okay, that is sad. Fine. So we would still use add mod thing only because, but we need to go like this: add mod star n and x star n is equal to this and sum of star n, something like that, right? And that should work. Yeah, nice. So we are done with the part one. uh Now we need one more thing, and number of times we hit a zero, right? So you have I32, and you again have times uh, hit 0 times add mod operation hits 0. For time being, let's assume it's simply 0, right? We do not hit 0 at all, right? And let's try to work with the example. Okay, so we got our instructions, and this time we scan it like this. We start with 50, comma 0, and we have our state S and current state C. Okay. Hmm. And what we do is s um, s dot 1, we do a add mod of s dot 1, comma I guess C, right? And s dot 1 is this thing, and s dot 2 is basically num times we hit 0, right? And I guess it's 0 and 1 instead of 1 and 2, right? Number of times we hit 0, and how do we do that? Uh, it's again s dot 0 and C, and what we do is s dot 1 plus equal to this thing, and we return sum of s. Something like this. I don't know what is the problem here, right? And let R is this thing. And for a timing, let's return a 0, right? Okay. Unexpected token. I hate Rust. Okay. Nice. So, we do have iterator of I32, comma I32, right? We do have that iterator. Now, this iterator is let's call it iterator A, and let's call it iterator B, that is A dot cloned. Or let, what's the problem? Wow. Let B is A dot. So let X is basically A dot map, okay? And we got X, and we just need X dot 0, right? And here we do filter uh, X0, and then we do a count, right? And Y is, and I know that did not work, but X dot 1 dot sum, right? And this does not work because I think we need to say something like I32, something like this. And now the problem is it's moved value, right? Uh, so I do have an iterator I. Let J is I dot cloned, right? and now suddenly it starts to have some problem. I don't know what's the problem, but yeah, it start. I guess what I can do is I can just call a collect here, um, right? And yeah, type must be known at this point. Uh, hmm, Wake of I32 simply. Oh no, wake of I32 comma I32. That's all it is. And now what we can do is we can do a iter call, right? And we got x, and we did an x plus y, and that's the strategy. Wow. This is x. Oh, okay. X, y as usage, right? And that should work, right? That should be the way to go. For the time being, the answer should be the same. So yeah, we are still getting 984, but we should not once we implement this operation. Number of times we hit 0. So we got an n and we got an x. How many times we can hit a 0, right? So uh, my point is, if n, it depends on, let r is this thing, right? If r is greater than 99 or r is less than 0, then it's 1, else it's 0, right? Range inclusive contains, wow, 0. I thought I x r, is it literally range inclusive contained? Or is it saying it doesn't contain? Okay, so right. So 0 to 99 dot contains, I guess I need to put this thing, contains R, right? Rest syntax is, and then we get some big number. I do not know if this number is correct. So for tackling with this number, I'll just go with test, right? And we'll see. Uh, so with the new rotation, password would be 6. Let's see if password is 6. No, it's 18 for us. That's bad, right? Okay. 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 Hmm. I think, wow. So it's saying it's 6. Why? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Hmm. But one of the nice thing I'm seeing here is I want to write this condition myself, and that is if r is less than equal to 0, yeah, r is greater than 99, we hit this condition, right? And I believe I do not need to do a collect, right? Why? Because I can just rely on this thing. Like just rely on this thing. So, and I do not need this iter thing, right? And yeah, let me return it as usage only, right? Right? And remove this semicolon. It's still 15. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Hmm. So, how to tackle this situation? I guess, what's the problem? I think I want to print the whole thing for, so let's return a 0 for I in, for x in I, println, right? And we do x dot 0, x dot 1, right? Let's see what does it print. So it prints, we have 82. We start with 82, and and this is written. Oh wow! Somehow this is wrong, right? Because from 50, right? Okay, and this can be really the number of times. Oh, and this is also not true. Like, okay. So the problem is this can be even more number of times than I was thinking. So, hmm, wow. So let's think. So what I'm suggesting is, let's again think about this thing, right? So 50 and we do a minus 68, right? So 50, let's go to node and we do 50 plus 100 minus 68, right? We get an 82. And my wow, somehow these examples are, wow, these examples do not consider that if hmm, oh, why I'm failing then, right? uh so print r, uh and this is something I hate about Rust, that nothing works as I like it to be, right? Let's see. Okay, cargo run, and r is 14. Why? Hmm. n x and xr. Let's see. So n is 82. Oh, wow. Yeah. So this is what is happening, right? So 1 1 at last it's 8. It should not be 8 at last, but yeah, that's fine. So uh it's 1 right here, right? And then again it's 1, and then it becomes 2, uh right? And after 2 it says it becomes 3. Hmm. It says it becomes 3, but that's not the case. So we are at 0 points to 95. Okay, so getting to 9. Okay, on the 0 it's a classic thing. It's not on 0 is a special case, right? If we are on 0, then we cannot do anything good, right? So yeah, I guess that's the catch here. If n is 0, we basically return 0, right? And with this we get to 6, and let me remove all these things, and now we get 3 and 33. 33. Well, how that's sad. I thought we did it correctly, and then saying it's 33. Okay, we just need the last one, right? Because yeah, we just need the last one. So how can we get the last one? I dot last, right? Dot unwrap dot 1. Yeah, and that's 6. And now we go down here and run for all the input. We get 2252. Let's try. Oh, wow. The answer is too low. You're stuck. That's sad. That's sad. I want to check the input ones. I think I am underestimating the input. Somehow I am underestimating the input, right? Yeah, we have things like 420. So this is something I was worrying about, right? This is something I was worrying about. Hmm. I don't know how things are working right there, but on anyways, if it is working, that's fine. Hmm. So we can hit 0 multiple times than 1. That's the problem. But how many times we can hit 0, right? How many times we can hit 0? So I need to see subtraction in or modulus subtraction. subtraction in modulus, right? How do we do that? A minus b mod m plus m. Hmm. So we do mod m and then do plus m and that's it. Okay, fine. That's nice. How do we do this? So I need to fix this function, this one right here. I really believe that let uh, s- let x is this, uh, and we return x and we do a mute if n was 0, x minus, we do x minus equal to 1. So this is something we need to do, right? And that's a way to go. That's the way to go, right? So with this, I believe our test answered again we find. This transformation, oh wow, thread main panicked, overflow, wow. If n is 0, and x is greater than 0, then yeah, still we are good. Now we have to do this computation of x, and that's the key. Okay, so how do we compute x, right? uh, so here is my advice. So let's go to node. So let's say like 50 minus 100 thing, right? So if I divide minus 50 by, or let's first solve for uh, positive cases like 50 plus 100, right? If I divide uh, this thing by 100, it just solves, right? uh, it gives me number of times it crosses. So what I do is right, so we have two things. If n is positive, or if is positive, the nice thing is n is again in the range. So the precondition to the function is n is greater or equal to 0 and n is less than 100, right? That is a precondition for the function. Now if x is greater or equal to 0, right, what the result is, it's n plus x by 100. That's the result. That's simply the result, right? Found at usage, and we'd be good to go. Okay. Otherwise, it's 0, and that's not the case. Now, for things like 50 minus 100, that's minus 50. Actually, it crossed one time. Okay. So what I am suggesting is 50 minus 200, and that's minus 150, right? And then we do an absolute, right? So we do n plus x minus 100, right? As and we divide the whole thing by 100, and we take dot absolute as usage. Okay, to usage, replace it with unsigned apps. Unsigned apps. Okay, as usage, right? And that should, okay, it's still 8. That's not the case. That's not the case. Hmm. But we need to see why it's 8. So we return 0 and we print for x and I should not have deleted this one for a, b and I, right? Print ln, right? A comma b, right? And we start with h21. Okay, and still we are not counting. We need to think about what happens when it's exactly 0. Right? What happens when n is 0? Hmm. So we have to think on that line also. We missed that. Mm, I do not believe like the first question I'm struggling with some modulus thing, right? Hmm. N and X. What's the thing here? Uh, we got N, we got X, and if N is 0, I think that's fine. If N is 0, we are quite happy, right? We are quite happy. If N is 0, this answer is correct. Oh, I just want to reiterate that I think positionless as an experiment. I think we should first see what Dave Abrahams is saying. Uh, it may be that we simply need to make distinction between comparable and incomparable position, but I have concerns that about that one too. It should be possible in unsafe code to use parallel algorithm if with incomparable position and no checks. Hmm. This is an important, like, you have to uh, see what Dave Abrahams is saying, because that is more important, right? Usually. Yeah. I don't know if uh, Dave did look through my proposal here that I created in this discussion, and that is um, better. So we'd see that, but uh, yeah, if it's 0, I'm fine with this one. I think there is problem with this one. So what happens when if this is 0, right? So it was 0, and then we did minus Okay, so we can think it like this. So it was 0 and okay, let's go node. It was 0 and then we did minus 11. That's fine. But with 0, we did minus 11, but we even removed 100, right? That's not good. So with 0, uh, yeah, the problem is w- when we are at 0, we are trying to cross it multiple times. So let m is this, right? And if n is 0, minus minus m, and we return m. Okay, m minus is equal to 1. And we get to the right answer. So, right? And wow, this is just too much. This is too much. I do not believe we can. Is it correct? The answer is too high. Yeah, it is for sure. It is too high. Wow. How did it go that high? I have no idea. Oh, it easily got that much high, but oh, I think it overflowed somewhere. I think this is a case of overflow. It cannot get that high. Like after 336, you cannot just get that high, right? That's hard. But where's the overflow? This unsigned apps thing. Hmm. I guess I want to print M everywhere. Oh wow, this is so bad in Rust. I don't know if this syntax works. I hope it works. I don't think it works. So, hmm. So where did it get out of hands? Wow. Something happened, but I could not realize what. Number of times it hit 0. So value of literal. So number of times it hits 0, and that's usage. Ah, what's the problem, buddy? what's the problem? I do not understand the problem, to be honest. What's happening? Hmm, so m is 0. Yeah, let's print. Oh, okay. If n is okay, and if n is 0 and m is greater than 0, that should be the still still somehow somehow it's not working. Like, it worked right here, but something happened. Like, just something happened. I think what happened? Hmm. Minus 39. What? Minus 39. Wait, I really believe this cannot get negative. I really believe that. Uh, there's this is because this operation is wrong, I guess. If n is greater than 0, hmm, n dot else and necessary brackets. Wow. It doesn't work like this. Oh, I need to understand this. Subtraction in modulus. Come on, give me this one. The safe formula is a minus b mod m right? A minus B mod M plus M mod M. Still, I believe this is not correct. The first one is 31. That's wrong. Everything right now is wrong, right? I'm sad. A n plus x mod 100. That's this, right? And let's call it A. Let's call it B. A B. A minus B dot absolute mod 100 plus 100. A minus B mod M plus M mod 100. Yeah, now it looks good. Yeah, now it looks good. So, hmm, I would still like to do a test. Yeah, oh, it says 6 and the above 3. I do not believe this is true, right? Is it 6? Yeah, it is 6. That's fine. So, right? 5, 6, 5, 7. Let's try this out. And we are done, guys. So, man, this is hard. Uh, this is hard. And yeah, day one is not, day two is not live, so we'll be doing day two once it gets live. But yeah, day one was good. Uh, it was hard for me for sure, right? Mm, yeah, it was surely a hard thing. I don't know. I think I should say const m, that is I32 and that is 100. Okay, right? And right, or leave that. I don't care about that thing, right? So I'm quite happy with the solution. I'm not very unhappy with the solution. This looks good solution to me. Maybe a better way to do, but I'd commit with this one. Uh, uh, Day one solution, right? And we got our day one solution working. That's nice. That's nice. Let me go to the GitHub and let me check how does it look, right? Because having a day one solution is nice to have with Advent of Code. So we got day one, and it has some nice syntactical solution. I want to see how other people are doing. So I don't know what is the state in Adobe, right? Did anyone do there? I do not see that, to be honest. That's sad. I'm not seeing anyone doing Advent of Code at Adobe, but what I can do is Advent of Code 2025 GitHub, and we can check the solutions, right? Hmm. Uh, okay. So people are solving it in Scala. I want to see how people are doing it in Rust. So let's go to SRC, and we do have an year 2025. So let's go and see this thing. Wow. Dial modulo Android. Oh, does that work? uh, Rem Euclid and bytes filter ASCII upspace. Okay, and input it is signed I32, and then there is zip map and these things. I do not know. What does that mean? This one seems this one is okay. From dial model 100 is 0. What did I do for part 1? Yeah, similar thing. Why did I do a scan? I guess because we needed a scan. It was a scan. And for part 2, if delta is greater or equal to 0, we do something. Otherwise, we do some complicated formula that I do not understand. 100 minus dial. Okay, I understand this formula now. It's 100 minus dial, and then yeah, yeah, that's nice. That's nice of formula. So basically, it's saying it's 100 minus m, right? Modulo 100, right? I do not understand. 100 minus n modulo 100, right? And then x, and then again modulo 100. And it seems like this is exactly what it does as usage, right? A very different way of thinking. right? I don't know if I'd get 5657 from. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm fine with the formula. I'm fine with the formula. And then for part two, again, we do a map and then we do a scan with this way, and yeah, because it was a scan. So, anyways, I learned how this scan works, and yeah, it seems nice to me for now. Hmm. Uh, I want to see some clever solutions, but currently I'm not seeing that. AOC helper, JavaScript, C sharp. I think I can. Language, I want it to be Rust only. Okay, errand of code. My Rusty solutions. I don't know. Oh, I want to see. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is bad. This is just bad solution. It's not Rusty. I hate it. Anyways, I want to see github.com slash. I know I follow him, but I do not know the. Wow. Just wow. Like, what is he doing? Wow. Okay, so Connor Hoekstra did not do this. I do not know if I know one of my follower. Let's see. Oh, Naveen actually is joining Hilo meetings, so that's nice. I am not sure if he is doing it. Okay, he's also not doing it. Then, oh, I remember some person from here, but I forgot. I guess it was. What about Primogen? What about Primogen? No. Oh. It's sad that he's not doing anything. That's sad. What about TJ? Dev Reese, if I'm right? Yes, I'm right. No. So no one started. I think the hype of Advent of Code is down this year, uh, and that's okay. That's fine. Hmm. I think I should get back to mm, this this thing, this tagging approach, and I will continue with thinking about uh, more tagging and all things, and then we'll see what we can do tomorrow because this is more important. I am not sure if Dave did watch it, and I want him to watch this one, but that's fine if he did not till now. Is there anything else I want to do here? Mm, yeah, highlight discussions. Other than that, errand of code, hello discussions. Things are going well. Yep. That's all for today, Jashiram, and we'll see if someone joins tomorrow. how to end the stream. Yeah, the way to end the stream.